maybe get a good engagement. Not sure.
Alright, we're gonna go into the next game immediately. We're gonna go into DragOn against Julia.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Julia is very good, especially in I would say Julia is a very aggressive and micro-orientated player. But I think DragOn knows about that, so it probably... it's difficult to say, but I would say that I would slightly favor DragOn in this game. Although this is Polaris Rhapsody. Well, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, we're gonna go right into the next game. So let's see how it goes. We have Julia as the orange Zerg spawning in the bottom right corner, facing off against DragOn of Clan Pain in the top left corner as the yellow Protoss. As far as I know, DragOn used to be either a race picker or random. Do you know?
He used to play, I think, back in the day when you know, Brewer was a lot more active. I do know that DragOn did play as Zerg versus Protoss, but I don't know right now. Also, I do know that he played, I think, Protoss versus Terran, I think, if I remember correctly.
Okay, that's interesting to race pick against Terran, because most Protoss is... no wait, you're saying Protoss versus Terran.
Yeah, Protoss versus Terran. The thing is, if you look at the way that DragOn actually plays, his moves are usually very, like, I would say, one-directional. So he rarely does multiple prong attacks or things like these. And I think in Protoss versus Terran, since the big engagement is usually the main focus of the game, that actually works to his style a little bit more than, let's say, Zerg versus Terran, where you try to be, you know, harassing all the time and at the same time producing, like, you know, a few hatcheries, just a few units to survive, things like these.
Yeah, alright. Let's see. So Julia's going for the overpool. Again, pretty standard, and DragOn's going to go for the fort expansion. Let's see. Polaris Rhapsody, you said it might be a bit tricky for Protoss, I believe?
No, I was thinking that this map, because it depends a little bit how long the game takes, because if I remember correctly, I think it was Vodi who told me that if this goes to the late game and you can split the map, it's very difficult for the Zerg to actually be aggressive against you because of how the map layout works. Since only the center is very open, and from the center you're usually taking one of the two sides of the map. So if you take one side of it, you don't actually move to through the center. You don't have to.
Yeah, and but in the mid game there's the third base with 2 geysers, which powers Zerg up to 4 geysers very quickly into the game, which is a problem for Protoss, of course. But if Protoss manages to capture that expansion for himself, I think the tables turn around a little bit.
I also think that if you look at the way that most Zergs like to play on this map, I have only seen like 1 or 2 Zergs that take the mineral only before the other one, the double gas. And the reason I think that's kind of like what happens sometimes is because of the gem build, as I would normally call it, because it's actually quite far away. Your natural from that double gas for the Zerg is actually quite far away, so even with speed, the Zerglings actually take a little bit to get from one area to the other. So we'll see, but for now, of course, this is Julia, so he plays a little bit differently this.
Yeah, so DragOn's setting another probe to try and delay the Zerglings a little bit, but the Zerglings is just still going to go for it. He might actually get in before... No, he doesn't try to go.
Oh my god, he's waiting for it.
Oh, he could have gone in, but now he might be too late. He's going to lose at least 1 Zergling. Okay.
Oh, that miss of the cannon, that definitely helps a lot for Julia.
Going to be able to harass a little bit easier now. Both Zerglings going to be in the main. Going to be a little bit annoying. It's not going to end the game, though.
For players like DragOn, it's slightly annoying. For players like me, it's almost game-ending, because it's very difficult to not only defend your probes, but also remember exactly what to build when. So we'll see if that plays into Julia.
He gets a probe, and that's always a good start. And he only gets a bit of damage done on the Zerglings, and DragOn's getting a little bit annoyed. This is
this is what I mean about, you know, it can get to your head when there are some Zerglings like this.
Yeah. Oh, is he gonna get 1 Zergling? Oh, almost. But yeah, you don't want to have 4 probes chasing the Zerglings all the time. This is going to cost you way too much eco.
However, if you look at the build that is actually going on by DragOn, so far it's kind of okay. Like, it's still relatively fine. There's not a huge... Even with those probes, the timing of the core is still fine. We do... Wait, it's 3 hatch, but there's nothing after the 3 hatch.
Oh, weird. Oh, he traps one of the Zerglings and gets it, but not the other.
Oh god, I know what Julian's doing. He used to do this a lot, which was kind of like this early Hydra to drops and things like these. And I mean, it's a tricky build to play against, but if you know that it's coming, it's actually easy to defend.
All right, so cores down for Dragon's going to be able to build that Stargate in a second here. His minerals are a little bit lower than they normally would have been, of course, due to getting a bunch of probes and stuff, so that makes sense. Zealot's out now, going to chase away the Zerglings, and yeah, Julia's still on 2 base, which is pretty uncommon in ZVP. We're going to see if he's going to go for that Hydro drop you mentioned.
I mean, it's something, maybe something different, of course, but we see that Hydra's been coming down now. And the reason why I think it's a bad thing to do is because Julian, I remember he did this in National Wars, and he played, I think, against DeWalt, was it? And DeWalt never left his base. He just massed a huge army on 2 base, then slowly went to 3 base. And the problem with what Julian is doing is that if it doesn't do crippling damage, then, well, it's 2 base versus 2 base, so...
Yeah, and drop is indeed being researched right now.
No, speed. That's speed for Overlord.
Oh, speed first. Okay, yeah. Right. And speed on the Hydras as well, so he's preparing for it. I would actually, like, if I'm being critical here, I would actually say I would like to see drop research before speed, because you can actually slow drop onto the main base at certain points.
I think the only reason why you would go for speed before drop, the only reason, is to save your overlords from that early Corsair, because after all, you're not making any spires, so, you know, Hydras are not going to be that efficient. They're still good, but they take some time to get some, so maybe that's why, but I agree with you that probably it's better to go with drop first.
Well, actually, I just looked around the main base, and there's not many areas we can really drop into that the Protoss can't see when you're slow dropping, unless you want to take the long way around, so I guess that's alright.
And also note that one thing that I don't like about what Julia is doing is that, okay, he's getting fire now, but if you look at how many Hydras he has, right now it's 6, and look how many Zealots we have. We have 4. That's actually enough to even on the front stop this, so if it's dropping, and you have 4 Zealots or 5 against like 10 Hydras, with some probes, you can definitely stop that. That's why I don't like too much this build. I mean, I know that why Julian does it. He really likes to be the one that is aggressive. He really wants to be putting the pressure, so at the time that he's doing that, he gets the expansion in the economy. The problem is that only works well if the Protoss is not going defensive. And as we can see, DragOn, for now at least, it seems that it is a defensive build.
Yeah, but he is building cannons at the front rather than actually making units, so that might still work. So that's trying to move into the Hydras right now, but the Hydras have speed, so they're not going to be able to catch them.
Yep. Speed for Zealots is like 60%, 70% done, so...
Oh yeah, he's still getting near there.
And look at the fact that the Corsairs scouted that actually the double gas is not taken, so it seems like Julian is kind of proving me right by doing something that I don't understand, which is taking the mineral only.
Yeah, so DragOn will have speed very soon, and that should actually be very strong against the build that Julia's going for, as Overlord drops, I think, is still quite a far away, yeah. So it's going to be 2 base against 2 base for a long time to come, and that's going to be very much in the favor of DragOn.
Also, one thing that's curious is the Spire is done, right? And there's some Scourges coming out.
Oh, he loses the Corsair! And he might lose the second one, but no.
I think that's not a big deal. Not now, at least. I mean, he only had 2, so it definitely wouldn't defend from something like Mutas.
Yeah, but he's going to lose his scouts now. Now he doesn't have any vision on the Zerg base.
Yeah, okay, but what I mean is he already saw pretty much what he really wanted to see, which is, okay, this is Hydras, and you have taken a mineral only, it's not saturated yet.
Well, I mean, you can use the Corsair to scout where the army is, and...
Oh, yeah, it's difficult, though. I think it's a little bit difficult to do that, but yeah, definitely, that would help.
So, Zealot run by coming into the third base right now of Julia. Looks like, I'm not sure it's going to be able to do that much damage. There's 19 Hydras out, and only 8 Zealots, and Deriva's trying to run away. Hydra's coming in right now. I'm not sure there's enough Hydras here right now, but there are too many on the map.
With some micro, the sunken, some drones may be enough, but just a small poke is always something good that you can do. A lot of gateways. We have 6, is it?
4, 5, 6.
6 gateways on 2 bays with ops, with storm. That looks like at least not an all-in, but at least a very heavy commitment.
Yeah. If you really want to go all in on 2 bays, I think you need 8 gateways, which he's not really going for yet. So. I would expect him to take a third base very shortly, because like money's building up.
Although I would like to say that DragOn is really really on point with his upgrades, and that's going to be really big if you know, in the mid game there is some kind of fight. Oh wait, scratch that, because we have lurkers, and with lurkers that kind of nullifies a lot of the, at least for the zealots, the upgrades.
Interesting note: Julia has 2 Evo chambers, but he hasn't actually started any upgrades until just now.
Okay. I think. Whoa! I mean, this is what I don't like about what Julian has been doing. Okay, and if you look at what he has, he's going for hive right now, so he's taking really fast actually. But at the same time, look at his economy. It's not good. It's 3 days. It has a decent amount of drones, but only 2 gases. So he will not be able to produce at least Zerglings. Definitely, a lot of them, very good. But will that work? Like, Lurker Zergling is very good if you're getting a lot of expansions and trying to get ahead. Okay, we have a Lurker drop at the natural Protoss.
Yeah, and the main base as well.
And the main base at the same time. There is a cannon though, so.
Yeah, looks like you should be able to defend both of them. The one Lurker will stop at the mining time, not too much.
That's one done, and at the same time a third is being taken, and as you can see, Julian cannot really, at least right now, stop the third. So
yeah. But the supply difference is actually surprisingly small. It's 107 against 95, which for PvC around this stage is pretty normal, maybe even slightly Zerg favored. So
I would say that you're right. The only problem I have is upgrades and what actually is in that army for Julian.
Yeah, it's a lot of Zerglings mostly, which is
1 or 2 good storms, and that can turn around really fast.
You know what I'm reminded of right now? I'm reminded of Nostalgia.
Oh yes, definitely.
With the composition that Julia is going for, it's so mineral heavy.
Yep.
So yeah.
And not only mineral heavy, but also like the lurkers are not mobile, but the Zerglings are, which is a very interesting dynamic, because when you're defending, like the hatchery that now is being placed by the Zerg, if you put the lurkers there and at the same time you have the Zerglings to kind of run in and force storms, it's very good. But on being yourself aggressive, it's extremely bad, because lurkers have to burrow. You get to get stormed. A lot of problems. A lot of things can go wrong.
Oh, the lurkers! There we go.
Yeah, one lurker dies, and the other one goes to the natural.
Okay, there's another lurker drop in the natural.
Yeah. And at the same time, DragOn is microing. Well, it's actually running away right now, but
yeah. Looks like DragOn's gonna be able to fend off that drop and be in a fighting position. I'm not sure why Julia went for this expansion towards DragOn rather than take the bottom left where there's 2 geysers. When he really needs gas, and there's no geyser on this expansion either.
Yeah, it's
really weird play.
Oh, maybe look at this. He's actually made a defiler mount.
Yeah.
He's making the cracklings, so maybe he wants to go pretty much almost purely Zergling, and at the same time Swarm. It's actually pretty good. You can do it. You can make it work as long as there's no reavers.
Oh, he snipes High Templar with his links. It's a really good result for him, but he's not going to get any more. Lurker goes down, a bunch of links go down, which is pretty even trade overall, I would say. And he's going to delay the 4th base with Dragon a little bit here.
I still think it's weird, because if you look at the fact that I mean, Julian definitely, if he gets to, he has 48 drones. That's not, I think, not okay yet. But if he gets to cracklings with a good upgrades and swarm, as I said, I think unless you have reavers, everything else you can get a decent trade. However, look at the supply difference. Yeah. It actually is growing.
It's growing a lot.
Of course, Zerglings are very cheap on the supply, so it's a little bit deceiving, actually.
Yeah, but DragOn's positioning to attack, and I'm not sure Julia can really hold here. He's got 3 High Templars full of energy, 200 energy in each of them. That's 6 storms, and Zergling's gonna melt. Like,
I think he can. I think he can. Look at his natural. He has. He's still making some units, and as I said, the problem with cracklings for me, that when I play as a Protoss, is that they get to your units very fast. So if you want to storm them, you can storm your own units.
It's going to depend a lot on Dragon's
yes, micro. How he micros against the Zerglings. So we'll see.
So let's see, he's positioning to attack right now. It gets one storm round. I'm not sure that one was really worth it. He's going to zone out a few units though, and he's going to try and target a High Templar. He gets one. There's still two High Templars with lots of energy. Zerglings are moving in right now, trying to get a good flank on the Protoss army, but he's not really getting it right now. He's going to have to run away a little bit, and a few Zerglings trickle down, which just die.
Yeah, but 2 Dragoons for 6 Zerglings?
Yeah. Oh, the fighter's out right now too, but he doesn't have the energy yet, and the fighter's just like, hey guys. Yeah. So
I think Julian can actually hold this. I do think so.
Yeah.
I mean,
DragOn has too many Dragoons right now. He's got 16 Dragoons. He's only got 3 Archons and 2 High Templars and 10 Zealots. Which is not that much.
And even, I mean, especially, oh, okay, 2 more Archons coming in. That makes it, oh my god. I think Julian has to sacrifice this base. Okay, he's gonna split his army. He's gonna send some of
Oh my god, this High Templar's got 200 energy. He's just walking around.
Yeah, but no, okay, it's okay. Gets some good storms still.
Yeah. But this
evacuation, yeah, definitely. And the 4th is gonna die.
Yeah. It's a base trade here, but this is a good trade for Julian because his base is mineral only, and the one DragOn was trying to take had 2 geysers, so I think it's a good trade for him.
And he took a 4th, you know, at the double guess at the same time, so as long as he can defend that, which no, okay, he can't. I don't think he can.
Yeah, he definitely can, but DragOn does need to see it. And in the meantime, this 4 base is under assault by Julius forces as well, and I'm not sure he's going to hold those.
No, it's going down. I mean, with cracklings, with 1-1, that's enough.
Yeah, so it's going to be down to 2 base against 3 base once again.
1 base, actually, because
there's
no more minerals in the main, so...
Yeah, so this base is going to go down, obviously. DragOn's going to try to hold on to his
Julian has this. Julian has this game. He has Swarm, he has cracklings, he's going to get 2-2 in some time. How much? Okay, down. There it is. So with 2-2 cracklings, no economy pretty much for DragOn. Okay, DragOn is doing a double expand.
Nice.
Like a Zerg.
Yeah, actually, DragOn's upgrade is going to be fine because it's going to go to 3-0 very shortly, which means the Zealots will still 2-shot the Lings.
I still think that the cracklings are extremely powerful. Okay, Julian doesn't have that many of them right now. But I really think that even if you played some games where Zerg have 0-0 upgrades.
Oh, Plague!
Oh,
beautiful
Plague! Ooh, that's a good play.
Yeah. So
with the 2 bases that DragOn is taking and the fact that Julian cannot deny them, I think it's gonna pay off.
Yeah, Julian is in a bit of a between a rock and a hard place. He wants to attack his bases, but he can't leave his natural exposed.
Yeah. And he does have 1,000 minerals, so... Oh, because he lost 3 hatcheries at the mineral only.
Yeah. Okay, so he's going to need to cancel this base, but that's okay. As long as he keeps the pocket base there. And
he can still cancel that one. With Swarm, he can still cancel it. Those Zerglings, I think they will destroy the Zealots, because it's 3, as you said, attack, but there's only 1 defense.
Yeah, but I think it's still better for Protoss.
It's better, but you have Lurkers and... look at
another Great Plague.
Efficient these Lurkers are right now.
Oh, he's gonna eat a Hydra. That's what you want, but it's okay. Looks like he's gonna be able to... Actually, he's not going to be able to defend. He lost all the storms except 2, and the Dragoons are all that's left right now. He needs to storm those! And I guess it's okay, Storm. It looks like he will hold for now, but there's more Zerglings underway. I'm not sure he's going to do something.
More Zerglings coming out.
So the Zerglings are going to try and move in for the flank here. Lurkers going to burrow. Lurkers gets good shots off on the Zealots. They're all going to die. Looks like he's going to get a great flank off. The Zealots needs to retreat.
And that base is dead now. There's no way that he can hold it now. If Julian presses it and uses Swarm smartly, that base can't survive. It's dead.
Yeah, so the fighter is positioning himself in front of the entrance. He's going to have to cast Darkstorm any moment right now.
But Julian has to go now. He can't wait. If he waits and those Archons and Storms get there and the DTs, that can change the situation. Oh!
Another Plague goes down and all these Zealots will die for almost nothing. It's very cost efficient by Julian.
One Zergling. that's the cost.
2 Zerglings. 2 Zerglings.
Yeah.
You got to be accurate here.
Oh, and look at the mineral count of Julian. 2,000 minerals. He can now take like every single expansion and still produce units. And at that map vision with the Overlords?
Yeah, really nice. Okay, Archons will be able to clean up a few of the links, but looks like he's going to get a surround off, and it's going to lose so much gas here right now. This is 2 Archons!
Nice!
And GG is called by DragOn, and that was just too much gas loss for...
Beautiful move, especially by... I mean, DragOn did a good play, but I was surprised he made so many dragons when in the mid game. Which, yeah, I mean, I know. It's kind of funny.
Oh, I got dropped from Battle.net.
Okay. I have actually a pizza now because they delivered it. I haven't eaten like in half of a day, but I'll leave it. You know, I'll just warm it up later. Let's keep going.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for the next game right now. So a little bit of a break.
No.
No. Swarm does not protect from storm. No.
No, but Swarm is an interesting mechanic because, like, Archons do a splash damage, but if I remember correctly, it only works if there's other units close to the unit that is being attacked. So if you have one Lurker under Swarm and you have Archons, the Archons will not kill it, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And the interesting thing about this is that most Zergs, when they make Lurker fields, they separate them, which means Archons becomes useless once you can swarm that. So, yeah. Oh, shoot, that's difficult. I do have to say that I expected DragOn to be maybe not more aggressive, but to... I actually don't know. I mean, he did play like he normally does.
Mm-hmm.